Hello there, welcome back. Lovely to have your company. This is Cruise1st TV, and in this show, it's all about taking you on those longer adventures, and we're going with P&O Cruises as well. So coming up later, it's your chance to cruise no fly to the Caribbean. We've also got your opportunity to take a brand new itinerary that will hopefully see you witness the spectacular Northern Lights. Plus, towards the end of the show, a Mediterranean escape on board the brand new Avia.
That sounds exciting. Fabulous line on the way, but first, we're kicking off with a rather epic adventure as we cruise from England down under to Sydney, Australia. Now, it's a mammoth 50-night getaway, literally a month and a half away for next winter.
Yes.
And it all starts on the 6th of January. What a way to start 2024, by the way.
Yes, please.
You will board the adult-only Arcadia in Southampton. This will be your home for the next 46 nights.
I'll be there. 46 fabulous nights. There's a reason why Arcadia is so popular, and she's well versed to the long journeys, Jo, as well, isn't she?
Oh, she is, absolutely. The World Cruises, I mean, people come back year after year to do the World Cruises, specifically on Arcadia. Absolutely gorgeous, tailored to relaxation and pampering. Oh, just like we like it when we're going on a long voyage. Imagine those sea days filled with incredible massages, manicures, pedicures, the thermal suite perhaps, maybe even your acupuncture treatments. I mean, literally, the ship is your oyster whilst you're enjoying Arcadia and going on your sort of long and relaxing trips across the Atlantic and further afield. Now, it is all about, a more of a hushed pace of enjoyment. It's not going to be about rushing. And also the thing is about when you're going on a longer voyage like this, exploring the destinations in detail. You'll have your team talking you through the different excursions in the port, so you can really tailor your trip and plan your trip just the way you want it. You'll have some leading experts in different fields to come and give you lectures, and you might want to learn a new skill whilst you're on board as well. Now, we're going to be cruising out of Southampton, crossing the Atlantic and straight into fabulous Freeport, Bahamas, where you can head to the Bahamian Brewery, the Garden of the Groves, or perhaps Tahino Beach, and take the ferry over to. Really cute port, this one, a gateway to Nassau as well. On to Port Canaveral, where you can visit the fantastic Kennedy Space Centre, or maybe head on over to Disney, not too far away. Merritt Square Mall is just around the corner. On to Oranjestad, Aruba, part of the ABC Isles, where you can visit Eagle Beach, or the awesome Aloe Factory. There's also an ostrich and butterfly farm to see there too. Panama Canal. Now, this is an adventure in itself. You'll have a guide taking you through the intricacies of all of the locks from about 4 or 5 in the morning. You'll just be, so intrigued. Puerto Quetzal is our next port, where you can visit the fantastic capital of Antigua and learn about the Mayan jade. A very cool place to visit there. Manzanillo, Mexico is where we'll be visiting next, and this is located in the state of Colima on the Pacific coast. You'll see stunning beaches and lots of natural beauty. Then we're into Honolulu, Oahu, where you'll have an overnight in port. You can visit Pearl Harbor, Waikiki Beach, climb up to Diamond Head, or do some outlet mall shopping. It is a beautiful paradise that is also the US. So actually, you have great shopping right there. And Waikiki Beach is one of the most tranquil places on earth. What a special place. Apia, Samoa next, where you can visit incredible waterfalls, lush green rainforest, or perhaps take a 4x4 adventure in the jungle, or even zip lining. Then we're on to Tonga, loving the exotic destinations on this trip, where you can swim with humpback whales and snorkel the coral reef. Amazing. Tuesdays at Sea takes us into Auckland, New Zealand, which is the cosmopolitan capital, sitting, just on the edge of so many amazing volcanoes, and Rangitoto Island as well is just right there. And then we're on to Tauranga, where you can visit, not too far away, the Waitupu Thermal Wonderland with the natural geysers and mud pools. Bay of Islands beckons us next for a Haruru Falls, and this has got a lovely subtropical climate, this island, always lovely. See a traditional Maori village. Then cruise into Sydney, where you'll disembark, but you're not heading home just yet. You're going to have 3 fabulous nights to enjoy the jewel in Australia's crown, known as the Emerald City. This is a spectacular place. in Australia, kind of the unofficial capital. Whether you are venturing up to the famous Sydney Zoo, which has lovely views over Sydney Harbour, or enjoying the Opera House, taking a tour of the harbour, heading a bit further afield to enjoy the Hunter Valley for wine, or just doing a spot of shopping and, you know, dining down in the Rocks or Darling Harbour, you will have so many amazing pictures of this city. Then we are flying you home after this absolutely spectacular and epic adventure, taking us all the way from your doorstep, all the way from the UK through to Sydney, Australia. Amazing.
Via all these incredible destinations as well. And I know we whizzed through 46 nights quite rapidly there, but remember, you can see you've got your sea days as well. So you've got those days where you haven't got the pressure of missing out on a port, where you have got time to spend half the day in the spa if you want to, or as horizontal as you like for as long as you like. And of course, the service on P&O, incredible. You've got so much there in terms of a really dedicated team on board. You'll have a lot of passengers taking this cruise who are very, very regular customers and passengers with P&O Cruises as well, because they are trusted and famed for these longer journey durations. This is incredible. Now, I know most people, or a lot of people watching this channel, quite often, and you'll get to it the more you come and watch us. Some people sit down of an evening every night, tune in at the same time, and you might just have a pen and paper, both of you, just for fun, and kind of guess the prices before they come up. I wonder what your guess for this one might have been, because you're cruising from Southampton. It's 46 nights of cruising with P&O Cruises. No service charges to pay, of course. Then you've got your 3 nights in Sydney in Australia at the end of the cruise, and the flight back to the UK. What did you top that up to? I bet it wasn't anywhere near the number that I'm going to show you right here, because this is what we can do here at Cruise1st. We can bring this whole package, including the stay in Sydney, for under £4,000 each. That works out per night. We've done the maths already. It's less than £80 per person per night. Now, even if you try and do okay, I want to stay in Bristol in 3 weeks' time, I want to stay in Manchester in a hotel in 3 weeks' time, you try and get this kind of pricing, and no hotel can compare to what is on offer on board anyway, because, you know, I'm not knocking Bristol or Manchester or anywhere in the UK, but is that pool going to have, is that hotel going to have a variety of pools for you to enjoy? Is it going to have a variety of included restaurants, entertainment every night, and so much more? Is it going to have all of those things included for less than £80 per person per night? No. Is the answer. I'll tell you straight away, it's not. So let's have a look at the upgrades as well, because we are on the cruise for 46 nights, so you might well want to upgrade to ocean view, to balcony, or if this is a significant, you know, occasion, or you can, or maybe you're taking advantage of, I don't know, future cruise credits or frustrated travel plans that couldn't happen, or whatever it might be, you might want to treat yourself to that sweet upgrade. I mean, this is like a landmark cruise. It's a massive one, this one. So I can't even work out. You said a month and a half, didn't you? So you'll be back like mid-February or something from this one, which is incredible, isn't it? I mean, what a wonderful way to start a brand new year. And listen, if you want to get involved, all you need to do is speak to our team right now on 0800 953 4700. And listen, if you wanted to tailor that further, if you wanted to fly from Sydney after your stay to somewhere else on your way back, I mean, it's quite some journey from Sydney back to the UK. Yeah. So if you wanted to hop off somewhere else on the way, remember, we are a travel agent. We're well connected with the cruise lines, hotel brands around the world. So let us know what's on your mind and we'll make it happen. 0800 953 4700. Look at that. I'm planning your year away.
I love that idea. You could even do Singapore or Thailand on the way back. Yeah. Break up the journey, Hong Kong.
Maybe another cruise.
Some food for thought. Oh yes, that sounds ideal, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Are we twisting your arm? Well, we've got another again, longer adventure here for you. It's 35 nights, no fly Caribbean adventure on the 11th of January 2025. So booking a little bit into the future ahead of those inevitable price hikes, it just makes sense. It really makes sense to get these deals locked in. Now, you're going to board the Iona in Southampton, which means you can bring as much luggage as you'll need for over a month away, and it also means you can shop to your drop as well. I just love the fact you don't have to fly to get on board the ship. It's so easy. Now the Iona, she's very new. She was launched in 2021. She's an incredible ship. It's the biggest ever from P&O, in fact, built specifically for the UK market. As you see, fresh, beautiful, vibrant spaces. It's all about new and exciting and inviting atmosphere on the P&O Cruises Iona. You've actually got the very first gin distillery at sea as well. So you can go and do gin making classes. You can actually buy a bottle of exclusive P&O Iona gin. I love that. It's Salcombe Gin Distillery down in Devon, the company they work with. Exciting touches like this that make it new and innovative, whilst all, of course, reflecting the brand that we know and love, P&O Cruises, with that quintessential British heart, but at the same time you have all of these incredible influences from around the world. Let's talk food, because of course that is what's on everybody's mind when they get on board a new ship. You have the Keel and Cow Gastropub, which has been exclusively created for the ship as well. Ripple's Gelateria, the Glass House, which serves tapas, and you've got an award-winning Spanish chef Jose Pinzaro who's created the menu. Love that. New menus by Marco Pierre White, destination inspired dishes, and also a lot of menu features which have been curated and for gala night. So all of these things to look forward to, great entertainment as well. Now we are cruising out of Southampton. The first port we're heading to is Tenerife for your year-round sun and fabulous volcanic terrain. Maybe head up to Mount Teide National Park. It's very interesting, in fact. All the beaches there are great. Then we're at sea, and our first Caribbean port is Tortola in the British Virgin Islands. Clear waters, coral reefs, panoramic views and hiking await you. Then we're heading to Barbados, where we actually get to enjoy an overnight in the favourite of many Brits when they travel aboard. Make sure you try a famous flying fish sandwich. I shall tell no more about that one. You've got to experience it. Head downtown to Bridgetown for the Barbados Boardwalk, Trafalgar Square, and then right along, the promenade in Bridgetown, you've got beachfront bars and restaurants awaiting you with the perfect powder white sands, as you'd mentioned. Then we're on to St. Lucia and then St. George's Grenada, and this is where you can visit the the incredible colourful houses that are peppered around downtown. There's also spices to shop for. On to Antigua, St. John's, where you have 365 beaches, one for each day of the year. Big Dickinson's Bay is a particular favourite here. Basseterre awaits us next, St. Kitts for the famed St. Kitts Railway, or you can head on a 4x4 safari of the jungle mangroves. Very cool. Phillipsburg St. Martin, which has a beautiful downtown beach right there to await you in Phillipsburg, which is the Dutch side of this island, French side as well. Then we're back across the Atlantic and another stop in Tenerife, again enjoying some of that fabulous sunshine. I'd be lapping it up here, absolutely enjoying, before of course we head back home further afield to La Coruña in Galicia in Spain. Now you can see Santiago de Compostela, which is just a stone's throw away from here, and the famous Tower of Hercules. A day at sea sees us back into Southampton after 35 fabulous nights away without an aeroplane in sight. And here is the beauty. The Caribbean is the tax and duty-free capital of shopping of the world, and you are embarking in the UK and disembarking in the UK. So you can quite literally shop until you drop when you're out there without a worry or a care of having to check in luggage. I love it.
And you can come back and saying that you've had a, what was it, flying fish sandwich?
Yeah.
It sounds very nice
do it in Barbados.
indeed. As long as I don't have to catch it and make an effort, I'm fine with that. This looks brilliant, doesn't it? I mean, lots of people want to go out to the Caribbean, but, this is another one of those where a lot of people who don't fly say, I don't really get that far on holiday. I get down to Cornwall, I get up to Scotland, I go to the Lake District, whatever, or I might take the ferry, over to Ireland or, Northern Ireland or whatever. But apart from that, I don't really get that far. This cruise is amazing because you're getting a little bit of everything, actually, and you're getting an awful lot of relaxation time as well. You have got sea days, of course. You're crossing, here, there and everywhere. So you have got some good times at sea. But you know what? They are the days to enrich yourself. There are lots of activities going on that you can get involved with. You don't have to. If you don't want to, you could just take several good books on this cruise with you and absolutely have a brilliant time. But there's lots of activities going on during the day. So don't think if you're a day at sea, it's not like doing the cross-channel ferry where it's like, oh, I'm just going to keep going up to the buffet counter. You know, that's it. There's nothing else to do. I'll have to read a book. There is so much to do on these cruise ships. Honestly, you are going to love it. Now, because we are talking January in 2025, and you're probably thinking, hang on a minute, Derek, you're probably about a year and a half too early to be talking about this one. The reason we're doing it right now is that a low deposit will secure an absolutely brilliant price tag for you. And let me tell you that these no-fly opportunities do sell out probably on average a lot quicker than fly packages, because there are a lot of people who either choose to travel to and from the UK or they don't fly. So this gives them the opportunity to travel that little bit further. So a deposit today from just £237 per person, which is eye-wateringly good if you think about it, to get that secured right now. And this 35-night adventure comes in for this price here, which I have to say, I don't quite get how good this is. And when you're on board as well, this is actually working out, we've done the maths on this one as well, this is actually working out less than £70 per person per night. Now, if you think about your average spend, even if you were to go to Cornwall, the lakes, whatever, and your hotel was £70 per night, how much extra would you spend every single day just on the things that you need to do, like, you know, eating and stuff like that? You know, if you think about it, there is so much included in this. And listen, this is taking you out to the Caribbean, and it's doing it in January as well, and no airport to check in at. Even better. Here's the upgrades as well. If you want to think about an upgrade, remember on this one, it's all 35 nights you're on the cruise. So those upgrade prices, really great value for money. And this is going to be one adventure of a cruise, let me tell you. 35 nights on relatively brand spanking new Iona from P&O Cruises. She's absolutely beautiful. She's getting rave reviews. I know a lot of you discovered her on her maiden season when she was doing the cruises up to the Norwegian fjords. Well, this is taking you just that little bit further away. Wonderful opportunities, great overnights, fabulous Caribbean. What's not to love about this? If you want to know more, I'd be in as quick as you can. Remember, you can put a deposit down from as little as £237 per person. That's the from price on the deposits on this one, and your price tag there is extraordinary. Call us now, 0800 953 4700. And remember, we are just picking out 4 slightly longer duration holidays for this show. Every single P&O ship, every single sailing that she takes, you can book via our website at cruise1st.tv, or because they'll have some wonderful late deal opportunities, because we're looking into the future at the moment. You might want to go in a couple of months. Jump onto the website, go and have a look at the late deals. It's a good time for some late deals right now, but we're looking into some into the future now with some brilliant low deposits and great prices to just lock in.
Yes.
To know it's happening. And I know
makes so much sense.
The way we're planning our holidays is very different these days, isn't it? We are more advanced planning.
I've realised alongside everyone else that I need to get in advance and get booking in advance, because things aren't the way they used to. So with pricing, you are absolutely safeguarding yourself by getting these in the diary here and now.
That's true, because you are a very last-minute Louise as well sometimes, aren't you? So you're learning more and more and more, which is brilliant.
I'm a bit commitment phobic when it comes to planning things more than a month in advance, but I've had to learn now, because, you know, the pricing on things has risen so much. But not here, you'll probably realise. If you book early enough, and again, I know we keep saying this to you, but it's so true, and you'll be so happy come next year and the year after when you've got these cruises in the diary. Right, this next adventure is, oh my gosh, it's crazily brilliant.
Yeah.
We are going to be going on a no-fly trip to explore the Northern Lights on the 12th of March next year. I've never seen an itinerary like this. Lots of overnight stays.
Yeah, it's really good.
Down at the port of Southampton, a really easy breezy check-in, and you'll be on board the adult-only Aurora, who's undergone a massive refit in April 2019. She's beautiful, starting a new chapter really when they did the whole refit. And of course, when they really do go to town with these ships, when they kind of reinvent them, they reimagine them, so to speak. So you've got the joys of classic cruise travel in the adults-only Aurora. It's a mid-size P&O Cruises ship. She's beautiful. She has the Sky Dome as well, over the crystal pool. Now, obviously, we're going to be out there at this time of year, so you have got that protection, of course, against different weather conditions, which is great. You can enjoy your swimming and you're relaxing in the Sky Dome in that solarium too. You also have, of course, all your favorite restaurants that you know and love from P&O Cruises, including that beautiful Sindhu from the Master of Spices, Atul Kutcher, if you love your Indian dishes, and of course the classic theatre shows there on offer for you every night. There's the shopping, of course, in their amazing boutiques. You've got all your favourite brands you may know and love as well, and stand-up comedy too. Now, it's worth mentioning they also do a lot of interactive game shows and quizzes alongside talent shows. You might see a crew talent show whilst you're on board, which is very, very cool to watch, I have to say. So cruising out of Southampton, we're enjoying some time at sea before we head into Andalsnes in Norway. Take a nice mountainside cable car adventure here on into Trondheim, where you can visit the Kristiansand Fortress, the Old Town Bridge, or just take a nice little stroll through the centre of the town and alongside the river. Now, we have an overnight in Honningsvåg, which is the Northern Cape, furthest northern city, and of course this is going to be your chance to potentially see those amazing Aurora Borealis Northern Lights. Now, you can also take a nice little visit to the ice bar, which is very cool. So, because no pun intended, it's cool, right? Whilst you're there in the evening, then heading on into Alta, Norway for 2 nights. I mean, this is truly the definition of a floating hotel, isn't it? 2 nights in port. Again, it's giving you the optimum time to see those Aurora Borealis Northern Lights with 2 nights in port. Now, take a husky adventure to the Musha camp. That is a very cool thing to do, to meet these beautiful animals. 2 nights in Tromsø next. I know I told you it was a great itinerary. So again, optimum time to potentially see the Northern Lights. You have the amazing Arctic Cathedral, the Polaria Aquarium, where you can see Arctic seals and other marine life as well, and the Polar Museum. So we're in the Northern Cape here. On into Stavanger, where you can enjoy some great museums on petroleum and canning to find out about the economy in this part of the world. And the cathedral's great also. Now, hopefully you will get to see the incredible phenomena that is Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights. Now, you have got the optimum opportunity with several nights in many of these ports. I just think that you could not get a better chance of seeing the Northern Lights. Well, unless you went there and stayed there for 2 weeks.
Do you know what? We saw it in the UK not that long ago, and for us to see it in the UK, I mean, it's very, very unusual, but here you are in the absolute best vantage point, because you're there in front of it at the best part to be. Incredible. So this is for the 12th of March next year. We can put a deposit down to get this secured right now from as little as £124 per person, bringing the total price of this adventure with so many, double overnights on one of these adventures is brilliant. Look at that. 1,229 per person. Incredible. Again, that is working out than less than £80 per person per night. Incredible value. I'll take you straight to the updates on this one, because you actually might want to upgrades even. Yes, you're quite right, because this is a scenic cruise, of course, so you might definitely want to be thinking about an ocean view or a balcony for this one, because of course you're going for the view. But let me tell you, in the land of the midnight sun, you'll be up on top deck at all hours, let me tell you, hopefully enjoying those Northern Lights as well. Call us now. 0800 953 4700 is the telephone number. And to our final offer in this show, which is 2 weeks, again no fly, on a Mediterranean escape on this one. Various dates from March to October of this year, so you could go really soon, and next year as well. Now, we've based our price on this one, 28th of April next year, and you'll board the brand new Avia in Southampton.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, she was launched in late 2022, XL class. Oh, look at this. Look at this atrium. It's extraordinary, that chandelier. My goodness, dripping with luxury and sophistication. The design of the ship has that contemporary air to it, but the esteemed elegance that we've come to know and love from the great British brand that is P&O Cruises. I mean, just look at the solarium. Isn't that beautiful?
I know.
These are renderings, of course.
We can't wait to get on.
I know. We're desperate to get on here. Hint. So lots of lounges for relaxing, and you've also got, plenty of outdoor space. And again, that was a firm feature when designing this vessel. Restaurants. Let's talk food here. Green and Company featuring Mishwana, which is exclusive fish and plant-based dishes there for you. You've got Sushi Bar, you've got Roast in the Keys as well, which is a multi-venue dining piazza. Reinventing the Sunday roast for Carvery too, we love that. Epicurean, the Glass House, including Cellar Door. Big flavours for you at the Beach House as well. And Sindhu, of course. Supper Club soirees at the Limelight Club. I mean, that's just not even touching what is on offer, because there's so much more as well. Now, they also have an escape room on board. This is the first time ever, a multi-sensory escape room experience. You're going to board the fictional submarine Arvia 2 and tackle a series of live-action puzzles. What a great thing to do if you're traveling with a group or with family as a reunion. Now, we're going to be heading to all of these fabulous places. La Coruña in Spain for Santiago de Compostela, Palma de Mallorca, then we're on to La Spezia, Italy for the Tower of Pisa, Marseille in France, Barcelona for Gaudi architecture, on into Cadiz, Spain, where you can see the Alhambra Palace of Seville, then back into fabulous Southampton. A lovely taster there of the best of France and Spain and Italy.
Right, can I just tell you right now, I am a little concerned at what I've just looked down at, and I've looked at the number. Now, I know the number of nights on this sailing. This is for the 28th of April next year. There are other dates from now to October this year and from March to October in next year, but you're going to want to get this date booked, and hopefully the screen will now tell us why. Look. Sorry, is that right? Can we just check that, Mr. P? That's 14 nights. Now that's come out. We've had amazing prices all the way through this show. This comes out at less than £60 per person per night. You can put a deposit down now as well from as little as £84 each today to get this secured. That's your price. For 2 weeks on brand new Arvia. You've seen Arvia in the news. If you love your cruises, you'll keep track of, what's happening in the cruise world. All the headlines have been talking about Arvia and her arrival recently. £839 per person. Jump straight on the phone lines. It will fill up and sell out, and those places won't be available before you know it. Good job, there are other dates. Here's the details as well on upgrades. How has that turned out to be just 839? Just to remind you, you're 2 weeks out of Southampton. You've got a day at sea to La Coruña in Spain, 2 days at sea to Mallorca, a day at sea to La Spezia, which is great for Florence and Pisa, then into Marseille in France. Barcelona mid-itinerary is brilliant. Then a day at sea to Cadiz, which is your port for Seville. A couple of days at sea and then you're back into Southampton. If you've never done a cruise before, this is an excellent first-timer cruise. In fact, do you know what? That price is good for a 7-night cruise. I don't know how it's 14 nights on a brand new ship. This is the newest ship to the P&O Cruises fleet. That's a bit eye-watering, isn't it, don't you think?
Crazy.
That's amazing.
I'm reeling from the shock here. That is extraordinary. Bearing in mind, your food's included here, your buffet, your regular dining room. I mean, this doesn't make any sense.
I mean, there are specialty restaurants if you want to treat yourself. Little cover charge for those, nowhere near what you pay in an equivalent restaurant.
Your shows are included.
Yeah, exactly.
Your bed's made, all of these things, and then you're not paying extra for them.
That's incredible. I'd be straight on, because honestly, all of our offers that you see on the channel, they're all subject to availability.
Yeah.
So don't be that person that calls one caller too late, because,
that's going to go
you don't want to miss that deal. All of our shows, by the way, are on our YouTube channel, and you can stream that 24 hours a day. Just go onto YouTube and search for Cruise1st. In the meantime, we'll be back with more shocking news soon.
Happy booking.